So now we go to the next page and see what happens. Surah Al Saba 34 and Ayat 43. وَإِذَا تُتْلَى عَلَيْهِمْ آيَاتُنَا بَيِّنَاتٍ قَالُوا مَا هَذَا إِلَّا رَجُلٌ يُرِيدُ أَن يَصُدَّكُمْ عَمَّا كَانَ يَعْبُدُ آبَاؤُكُمْ وَقَالُوا مَا هَذَا إِلَّا إِفْكٌ مُفْتَرًى وَقَالَ الَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا لِلْحَقِّ لَمَّا جَاءَهُمْ إِنْ هَذَا إِلَّا سِحْرٌ مُبِينٌ. When our bayinat, clear ayahs, when our bayinat, clear ayahs, signs are recited over them, they said, this is not except a man who intends to oppose you about what your ancestors served. And they say, this is not except a falsehood invented. And those who reject the truth say, when it comes to them, it is not except a clear magic. It's a magic going on. You see, the ayah says, وَإِذَا تُتْلَى عَلَيْهِمْ آيَاتُنَا بَيِّنَاتٍ. When our clear ayahs are recited over the people. Ayahs, there are ayahs in the Quran, and once the clarification of an ayat comes to people, that is the clear ayatum bayyinat. That ayat becomes clarified. As you are listening to me now, do you know what you have listened up till now? All the prophets got the book. Did you know this before? Come on. No. Just now. So when the clear ayahs are recited to the people, so they say, قَالُوا مَا هَذَا إِلَّا رَجُلٌ يُرِيدُ أَن يَصُدَّكُمْ عَمَّا كَانُوا يَعْبُدُ آبَاءَكُمْ. This is going on in all times. Whenever the clear ayahs are recited over to the people, they say, this is a man, they say, this is not except a man who intends to oppose you about what your ancestors served. All our life, our ancestors have been serving 4 books, believing this book as Bible as a book, separate book, and believing Quran as a separate book. The Torah or the Injil, the Gospel according to Mark, Matthew, Luke, and John, referring to as in the New Testament, and the Old Testament, Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, and Numbers, and Deuteronomy, etc., is the Torah, and the Psalms referred to as the Zabur. So this is all these 3 books, and this is the Quran. This is what we have been hearing, right or not? So now they say, when they hear the ayahs came to you, the clarity came to you, you think that this man is intending to oppose the concepts of our fathers that served. It has been, because Allah said this is going on in all times. So further it says, this is nothing except a man who intends to oppose you about what your ancestors served. And they said, this is not a falsehood invented. He's invented a falsehood. This is not true. And those who reject from the truth say, when it comes to them, it is not except a clear magic. If they don't have any explanation how he did it, it's magic. What is a magic? Magic is something, if somebody, have you been seeing magics, you know what is a magic? Why the ayahs or a person, like I appear to you as a man who is doing magic. Why? Because you think there are 4 books, now it has become 1 book. You can't contradict me, but I've mesmerized or I've magic to you, shown you some magic. And this is going on. Whenever a clarity of ayat is with anybody, when he recites those clear ayats to anybody, he thinks he's doing some magic, because all his falsehood that he's been hearing, he's been thinking that falsehood as true. So I explained to you what is the first, now I have to explain to you what magic is. Magic is something all of you see a person doing some magic. Physical magic, you see from his sleeves he shows something, pigeon coming out, or he makes water something, flowers, I've seen it. Now you cannot explain how he is doing it, but you know he is doing something which you cannot explain, but it's not true. Right? You know it is not true. It is some trick he's showing us that you cannot explain, we cannot explain, but it's something that he's doing. You can see your eyes, a camera can see it, but you cannot explain how is he doing it. Right? So similarly, when ayahs comes forward, in its true essence, clear ayahs, so what you have been hearing or you have been programming into something, you thought that is true. What you have been hearing, you think it's true. And when the ayat is telling you something, you think this is magic going on. This is magic. So people think that this is the magic what is going on. So now he listen to it, and those who reject the truth say when it comes to them, it is not except a clear magic. Why they are saying? So Allah explains further. وَمَا آتَيْنَاهُمْ مِنْ كُتُبٍ يَدْرَسُونَهَا وَمَا أَرْسَلْنَا إِلَيْهِمْ قَبْلَكَ مِنْ نَذِيرٍ. And we have not given them books, kutub, writings from which they have taken lessons, and before you we have not sent towards them a warner. So now again the kutub books have come in this ayat. So Allah said, from where we have got this knowledge, there are 4 books in the world. Who told you? You may have read some books. When we go to the school in the childhood, from the very child, there are small booklets in the whole world. And in that booklet is written down, Moses got the Torah, Jesus got the Injil, Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam got the Quran, Dawud Islam, David got the Psalms or the Zabur. So Allah is telling us, we have not given them books which you have taken lessons. Those books are not God-given books. That is the contradiction going on. Here you are reading this Bible contains Gospel according to Mark, Luke and Jude. This is the books. So Allah says, we have not given them books, writings from which they have taken lessons. His books are, I've referred to, how many ayahs? 6,237 are the books of Allah. But if you are reading some other books and you are making a philosophy from that books, Allah said, we have not given you that books. So there will be a contradiction and you will think it's the magic going on. So this is not magic, it is the truth coming from Allah. So people who are reading other books and making their mind, programming their minds according to those books, so Allah says, we have not given. وَمَا آتَيْنَاهُمْ مِنْ كُتُبٌ. Kutub means books. وَمَا آتَيْنَاهُمْ مِنْ كُتُبٌ means we have not given them books, writings. يَدْرَسُونَهَا, जिससे दर्स हासिल किया, you have take lessons. وَمَا أَرْسَلْنَا إِلَيْهِمْ, and we have not sent towards them قَبْلَكَ from before, from any warner. So ladies and gentlemen, it is a very clear understanding. These are 2 references I'm reading. One is are the books, we come to know are the ayahs of Allah, in the pages purified, the messenger recites, and one are the books which people are taking lessons and they are in contradiction of Allah's books. And that is book, Bible or other books. Any book you read and you make a sound in your mind, a concept about Islam, about Quran, about any religious thought will be in contradiction, because Allah said, what you are reading, we have not given you. Those books. Any book you read, we have come to know what are those books, are the ayahs. Rasul decided the ayahs. So all the books, all the ayahs in the book of Allah are the books that people have to take guidance. Otherwise, your mind will be, as we have been programmed by reading other books from the childhood. So those books are not given by Allah. So in this context, we have come to know the books that we are reading, and the books that Allah has provided us is Al Kitab, contains all the books, and other books that you are referring to is the books.